Hey there, gamers. Welcome back to Cryptic Gaming. I hope you guys been having a wonderful day, and I hope you've been enjoying Season 3 as much as I have been. So I've been grinding out, trying to get the Sloop of War opened up, and we have. And I've got to say, a rudimentary build. Now, this will be getting changed and tweaked a little bit over time, but I want to show you what I've come up with so far. Definitely have been enjoying this thing. So for our weapons, there's a lot of different ways we could do. I'm still looking at doing something with those rot mouse. I haven't decided what I want to do with that build yet. But I went ahead and used the Thunder Dragon cannons on the front of the Sloop of War. I'm going to explain why here. We went ahead and put this. You have the Skyrim perk automatically on there. If you bust the cells, you can cause 10,000 damage with lightning. Then you have Tearing 3, Electric 2. I went ahead and added God Roll of Noxious on here, which adds 10.9% as toxic damage. Then we threw on a Amplified Toxic as well. And we ended up with a Lethal perk. God rolls on all of 3 of these. So definitely liking the new Ascension system. Doesn't always give great rolls. So here's what I ended up having to roll out 5 of these Thunder Dragon cannons to get 3 viable for this build. So we still have some issues. Hopefully they'll get that fixed in the Ascension system. Again, using Noxious. I went ahead with Tearing here, 36%. And then, of course, Amplified Toxic as well. And then with this one here, we went with the Noxious and Amplified Toxic twice. We ended up getting. It looks like we got 18 rolls. I figured I'd try this versus the Tearing. Seems to be about the same. Not noticing too much of a big difference in there. And then, of course, on the back, I went ahead and used this Fire Bombard because you got 2 slots on the back of this thing. And that's pretty good. I mean, looking at 6,119 damage with it. We have Noxious on here, Amplified Electric and Second Storm, so seems to be working pretty decent with those. Then on our center fire weapon, Infernal Maw, I went ahead and got creative. I wanted to put some, we have the Incinerate Burning 3 on there. Then I added Noxious, Amplified Burning, and Amplified Toxic on there as well. So it just really helps busting those cells, dropping this stuff in. You have that extra burning. You have lightning flying around. You have toxic damage, so it does a pretty good job with that. And anything with that toxic perk is going to get a boost with your ship now at this point. So if we come over here to, let's see. I believe this is where we can look at it. We could probably look at it in some areas. We have that deep blue perk here using the Sloop of War, spreading toxin DPS. We have the Plague Bringer Award, which is going to increase your damage by 6% and a duration of 20%. Consecutive hits up to 30% damage, 100% duration. Each weapon hit has a chance to cause an explosion of 300 meters on a poison target, which deals 1,000 toxic damage to enemies, increasing toxic weapon damage by 20% and poison charge rate by 150%. We also have that Spike perk on here. When attacking enemy ship under poison status effect, the enemy ship deals 50 toxic damage per second to nearby targets within 300 meters for 10 seconds, decreasing the damage received from targets affected by the poison status effect by 30%. A lot of really cool things you can do with this poison stuff from what I'm seeing here. We have a whole health here of 47,300. Everything's fully upgraded on it. I've been enjoying it. So when it comes to this Buccaneer's Oath armor, get back to our build here. So I went ahead and I put the Buccaneer Oath on here, and it works great, especially Tier 1 and Tier 2 for sure. It has the Maintenance Advanced perk on here, 175 and 180 healing per second. Now, keep in mind, that doesn't do anything for the severe damage, so I wanted to give it some tries and see. There's nothing on there for severe damage. There is one thing that we can get a percentage of heals back on that. So, but it does a really good job of boosting your weapons anyway. For those who don't know what the Buccaneer's Oath armor is, we could bring up the stats of it. It does a really good job of adding the Blood and Gold perk, which is going to increase your weapon damage and your armor by 25%. So it does a pretty good job of that. I mean, we got great negations on this thing here as well. 24% explosive, 24% flooding, 24% fire, 4% on cell breaking, 39% piercing resistance, 19% electrical resistance, 24% on that poison damage there as well. So another couple armors I've looked at here, playing around with, is, I apologize for that crap in the middle, the Sumu Sunder. So this one here is actually pretty sweet. It's got that coalesce, so I've been using this one a lot here in Tier 2. We'll go ahead and put it back on. But I went ahead and put that coalesce perk I was telling you about, 19.6 chance that 50% of brace damage restores the whole health. So that's pretty good. It can affect occurs once after bracing. It seems to work a lot better than Ouroboros does. We went ahead and added that maintenance perk for 175 whole health per second, and we added that stout perk for an additional 5,500% or 5,500 armor on her as well. So that's going to be a good one. Now this one doesn't do anything to help with that damage output, but it does do a good job impacting against poison and stuff like that if you're fighting the pest. And there seems to be a lot of poison here on the water here, it seems like lately. I also do have a Ouroboros that's set up, and I've got this set up on my Reaper ship. For those who don't know what that is, that's my schooner. I may actually build one for over here because we do actually get that really nice setup for the heals. But I'm thinking on this thing here, I'm actually thinking I'm going to end up putting not just stout on, but I'm going to definitely put on a healing perk to go with this thing. But, I'm not sure. There's a couple of things I'm looking at, kind of playing around with it still. I liked it. It's okay using it this way, but it's obviously not been built out. It's just been kind of playing around a little bit. But Ouroboros looks like it's going to be probably one of the better armors to fix up if you're still looking for something to heal those things. So that's kind of where we're looking at on that. Now, furniture, like I say, these builds will change depending on types of weapons we're using. But furniture, we're using the Gimbal Rising or the Gimbal Ring Store. You can pick this up from Blackwood for guild marks. The Laden Vault Ray, you can get this in the Faction Wars lineup, and ended up joining Campaign Royale for now. Sounded like there was another group that was going to EMC, so want to kind of spread it out so we can keep the game having a little interest. Not everybody in just one side of a team, so we ended up going Campaign Royale this time. We may do something different, but from what it's sounding like, all the furnitures are the same from what I'm hearing. So Laden Vault Array, this is really good for your electric weapons, by the way, guys. Then Amber Station, Copper Fasting Station, Red Rod Workshop, we put that on there as well. Then, of course, we have the Plague Bringer's Ward. Now, I'll be honest, when it came to the Gimbal Ring Store, I was looking at that, but I was also looking at a couple of other pieces here. But I think that's going to be the best route. There's one that has specifically to do there's the stink pot. It says hits with the toxic damage within 250 meters deal 10% more damage if they're bracing poison status applied to targets within 250 meters, deal 10% increased damage. And while that's all seems to be okay in increasing toxic damage, I just seem like I could get a little bit more out of my Gimbal Ring Store for now because I'm using demi cannons. Now, if I switch over to that other weapon, I'll probably end up using Stink Pot Station. I may end up putting that on my frigate and use like Trinian Furnace and stuff like that, see what I can get out of some poison damage. But for right now, that's what I'm using over here, guys, and it seems to be working pretty good. I've been enjoying it for today. When it comes to your ultimates and stuff, that's whatever you're going to want to do for Death Tides. And, of course, cosmetics, that's going to be whatever you decide to go with. I've definitely have been enjoying the new ship, so I recommend you do as well. There is something I want to show you here, a little clip on the back of the video. So as you're running a lot of your buoys, go ahead and pick up buoys from Lenitra. You're going to pick up buoys from your Blackwood, and you're also going to be picking up buoys over here, guys, at the Forgotten Candy. This is to run the Pirate Lords, to be able to run Man Godin up here as well, which is part of a mission line. Then you got to go and run all of the different sea monsters and stuff like that. And the reason for that is when you come over here to Seasonal Hub and you come into Seasonal Journey, as you can see, we've been slowly kind of plugging away at some of this stuff. But because we would come in here, we took out Vikram and the Hubok twins, we can go ahead and we can claim this. This is going to give us a torpedo boost for all of our torpedo ships that we have out here. This one here is going to increase spring loaders. This one here is going to increase the long gun. So we're going to go ahead and hammer this stuff out. And looks like we got this one here for culverins, which we use a lot of. We went ahead and we took out Lepest and Lee. So we're going to go ahead and finish taking, here's our demi cannon boost. This is one of the things I've been looking for. Mortar boost is here. Like I say, you don't have to do all of it. You can do what you want to. Unfortunately, you will have to do things like rocket boost to get around them. This one here is complete the quest Jailbird. So I've got to go find this quest Jailbird to be able to do this. Most of these missions are going to be found at Blackwood, by the way, if you're trying to figure out where to get a lot of these things if you're running into it. Not always, but a lot of them are going to be Blackwood. You just follow these green mission line sets that they give as well. But here's our Jailbird mission. So we'll come up here. We can accept it. And once we complete it, then we'll be able to complete that next part of seasonal journey. So as you're doing your journey, guys, make sure that you're looking to see, because you might have something that you could grind for your journey that's also going to help with your smuggler's pass to get through your smuggler's pass. A lot of great weapons there as far as that rot mouth. Again, haven't really played with it too much. I did want to get a little bit more experience playing around with some of these essentials and things like that. And seems to be better, the system is, but it's still not perfect. Like I said, I had to roll 5 of those demi cannons to get the right perks for the poison build I was looking for. So that could just be what it was. There was a lot of really great rolls, but none of them were what I was hoping for, unfortunately. So obviously it's going to depend on your weapons and stuff, but when you start looking at a lot of your ships and stuff like that, you're going to need quite a bit of iron plate and or plate iron and the iron plate iron dust, I guess it is, whatever. The iron plates, then the actual plate iron stuff that you need. But anyway, the dark iron, deep iron, whatever it is, to build this ship. So you got to have the iron itself, then you got to have the plates, and then you're going to want to have the blight fuel, which is that green buckets of snot, and then you need the dust as well to upgrade those ships, guys, just so you're aware. But that's how you're going to get your sloop of war up to snuff. And like I say, we're going to be trying all sorts of weapons, but this was with the demi cannon build. Definitely looking forward to doing a couple different torpedo builds with this thing. We're going to be looking at some other builds. I will say, I think that the poison weapons have been nerfed down quite a bit in the way that they respond with a lot of the enemy ships. It doesn't seem very effective. I think it's more of a PvP weapon, though I have been using it all day, and I've been, pretty well pleased with some of the results of it. So that's where we're at right now, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we're going to be coming in, giving you some more updates on some great builds and some definitely some armors here in the future. I think there's a lot of stuff to do with this armor, a lot of combinations. It's going to take a lot of experimenting, and it does get expensive. So stay tuned. We'll catch y'all later.